What's up, motherfuckers and motherfuckers? It's Funky Phantom, aka Ghost Dog, aka whatever the hell you want to call me. Just don't call me an asshole. Here was another, well, not another, but first Juggalo album review, whatever. Shit. Shaggy 2 Dopes. Fuck the fuck off, motherfucker. I got this album a few days ago. Came a little late after everybody got their pre-orders. But, yeah, I was thinking about doing an unboxing for it, but I mean, it's just the album was there to really show an unboxing, just an album, other than the album, you know, that's what's going to be inside of the package. But yeah, before we get into the album, check out the packaging, because that's the one problem I have with this album, and that is the presentation, basically. The CD just has the front and the back on it. It's the cover of the album and the track listing, which is on the back. That plus the fact that we don't even have a booklet, it's just a sleeve, basically. Not even a sleeve, it's just a page. That's it. No, it's nothing. That's it, front to back. Bad presentation, man. I mean, come on, you can do more than this. You know, I mean, you could have at least even put the 3 middle fingers on the cover of the album, at least. I mean, there's a little lazy. It just felt like this. It's like a mixtape in a jewel case. That's the one issue I have with this album. Other than that, let's actually get into the album itself. The intro starts up with the intro, just a couple guys finding a cassette tape, and the cassette tape is the album, basically. That's how we get into the album. First song is Tell These Bitches. Everyone's seen the video at this point. The video is, in my opinion, what makes this track. It's a dope track. Like the I think it's African Bambaataa, but I'm not sure if it's African Bambaataa or something. I might be terribly wrong with the sample. Well, not even the sample, but just basically what the beat they're referencing on the track. But the track is dope. It's one of my favorites. I would definitely say I can't skip it. Really. The first half, from the intro down to I'd say all the way up to Electric Kool-Aid, which is the first 10 songs. I can't really skip much there, because the sequencing of this first half of the album is really good. Nothing really I can skip. I mean, Tell These Bitches, love that track. Just really, again, because of the music video was what makes it for me. But then, you know, there's Fuck the Fuck Off, Motherfucker, which of course is the title track. Shaggy's gotta do the title track because it gives you the gist of the whole album, you know. And I love that he references the previous his previous projects. You know, telling you can either fuck off, or you can fuck the fuck off, or you can fuck the fuck off, motherfucker. It's one or the other, whichever one, you know. But, you know, of course he's gotta have that track. It's like signature for him. 2 Dope is, in my opinion, the best song. Well, I don't know. Maybe some people would say Psychotic Soldier is better, but 2 Dope, in my opinion, is my favorite song off this entire project. That beat with the Eazy-E sample, and just even the part where it's like, I'm a juggalo, just that whole track is so hyped that whenever ICP goes on tour, and if they do have a little mini section where Jay or Shaggy goes off and does a few of their solo tracks, and then jumps back into the ICP shit, if Shaggy does have a little bit where he does a few of his own songs, I really hope he does 2 Dope, because that track is the shit. Then after that, The Knife. I didn't realize until like the third listen that it was Monoxide, of all people, being sampled on that song. And it's a line. It's the line he's saying, "Hand me the knife," is from Coin Flip Blue, Take Off with Abominations. Good song, great album. But yeah, I like the beat and the way they used that sample of him on it. Just an all-around dope song. And I mean, Tonight I'm Yours, another song There's a great sample on it, or a dope sample that they use really good. That's the one thing about this album, too, that I have to point out that really makes it is the sampling on it. There are a lot of really good samples that used on this album. The way they sample them is pretty good, I have to say. Is what makes the album. They can't, not a bad track. Not my favorite, but I do love the whole content of the track of just being a dick, basically, just laughing in people's faces like ha 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 ha. Fogging Up the Window, featuring Violent J. This is the only feature on the album, really. You've seen the Faygo Lovers interview with them. They said they wanted to. Jay said that Shaggy only wanted one person on his album, and it was him. Love, it's number love. But his track is just about being perverted. There's nothing to really get too deep into, other than I will say that they sound great on this track. Like, the way Jay and Shaggy sound, this is so much growth. I mean, Shaggy just on this album completely, it just sounds the best he's sounded in years. But on this track, man, it really makes me looking forward to hear what they do on the next ICP album, because this track is the shit. Just the way they're flowing, going back and forth and whatnot, is so dope. And last thing I'll say about that, Red Fred, anything regarding the fourth Joker's card, if it's called Red Fred, please let it just be Red Fred. If Red Fred is what's going to be part of the title, just let it be Red Fred. No adjectives, over the top adjectives like incredible Red Fred or the ridiculous Red Fred. I'm very tired of that with the new Joker's cards. The marvelous missing link, the mighty death pop. Just if it's Red Fred, just let it be Red Fred. Let's just keep it at that. No more adjectives going over the top with it, right? Stretch Nuts, Legend Was Born. The beat is what makes this track for me. The beat reminds me of like that early ABK type beats, like on Come Out and Play or Hey Y'all. Just the track sounded like ABK was missing off of this. Would've been dope if he was on it, but he's not. But I like that track alone just for the beat. Electric Kool-Aid, this is the track that I think everyone is pretty much like skipping over. I get what they were going for. Just sort of a track that sounded a little trippy, like you're on something, on that Electric Kool-Aid. But it's a messy track. Like, the beat is just messy. It makes it unlistenable almost. So yeah, no on Electric Kool-Aid. Don't ask me. I think that's really the first track a lot of people may have heard. If you've seen when Shaggy was on the solo tour, I saw a video of it. This was a track that him and Clay kind of premiered in the middle of his set. So this is somewhat the first track that was ever released on the album. I think it was Don't Ask Me. It sounds very similar to what was played, but I like that track. That track is dope. Celebrate. Gotta have a Juggalo anthem on a Psychopathic release. Come on now. You'll be hearing Celebrate a lot at this year's gathering and from gatherings to come. So it's a cool track. Seven Deadliest. This might be another least favorite for me, just because it's confusing on what the track is about. I thought I listened to it several times trying to figure out, is he talking about the 7 deadly sins? And he's not. He just sounds like he's just talking about doing whatever the hell he wants. It sounds like really that's what the track is about, but I don't get all the references to the 7 deadly sins. Like, is he committing all of them and he's just doing whatever he wants? I don't really get that track very much. So it's one of my least favorites. But Psychopathic Soldier. This is the track that a lot of people are talking about, because this is Shaggy giving his side, how he feels about all the controversy right now. And there's no names are said. It's very obvious. This is just a straight up, I guess you could say, diss track. I mean, it's sort of subliminal, but I mean, you know who it's about. It's just a straight up, hey, fuck you kind of track, to whom it may concern, in reference to ABK. It's not towards ABK, of course, but yeah, this track is one of the best tracks on the album. I'd say it makes the album. I mean, it's a great album closer, or it would have been a great album closer if it wasn't for Revolution 17. I don't like that track at all. Once you get to that track, you can just end the album at that point. I've even played it backwards to see if there was any significance to it, and no, it's it's a nothing track really to me. Oh, but the thing that ticks me off is All Shit, which is like a bonus song that you can only get on Apple Music or whatnot when you listen to the album. That track is the shit. I've never been a big fan of DJ Clay. I've never really cared for DJ Clay much, but that track makes DJ Clay the shit, man. Cause he's almost rhyming better than Shaggy on that track, man. Well, he is, to be honest. You know, and not to diss Shaggy, you know, actually give him compliments on this album because this is the best he's sounded in years. You know, I've always had issue with Shaggy's rapping ability, even though I love him. But just sometimes he would sound like he was trying to fit too many words in his bars, and so his bars would make him kind of sound like he was going off rhythm or off the beat a lot. Like listen to Opaque Brotherhood tracks like Heinous. You know, a track like Heinous, you can hear what I'm talking about. Shaggy's verse on Heinous, you hear what I'm talking about. Sound like he's going a little off beat because he's trying to, you know, throw in too many words. You know, shoring them down. But on this album, none of that is on there. Actually, he does a lot of that too on Fuck the Fuck Off. But this album, no, none of that. He's got his flow down. He's killing on the. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons I like Dickhead. Dickhead is a good track because he changes his flow up a little bit on that track. So this is just a really good album. This is Shaggy's best album, hands down. I will have to say, this is Shaggy's best album, hands down. He sounds top notch here. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. Confident as hell. He's always been confident, but just he sounds like the shit on this album. I recommend it to anybody who's been thinking about getting it. Get this. Subscribe to me. Like this video if you liked it. Whatnot. Pass it around. That's all I gotta say. I enjoyed this album a lot, man. I enjoyed it a lot. I recommend you check it out too. Shaggy 2 Dopes, fuck the fuck off, man. I give it a scale of 1 to 10. I give it like a 6.5. You know, not my favorite thing I've listened to this year, but definitely been listening to it a lot, and I have very little bad things to say about this at all. Damn near at all. So, yeah, that's my review, y'all. Like, subscribe, share, whatever, you know, and peace.